Yo-ho. Yes. Yes. Enjoy the tunes. I will be back.
I don't know, but that dog, it looks like it. Let me see. Is this right, baby? Hey, you with the C-section and no kid. It's going down?
I know how we can get in because I know Job.
It's going down?
I know Young Job.
Is it going down?
It's going down.
This need to be.
Here we go again. Bad Boy South. Ghetto Feel USA. Block Entertainment. So I go by the name Diddy, right? I gotta introduce y'all another got my squad, right? Go by the name of Job. Young Job. He resides in College Park, right? But for right now, what we gotta do for y'all, what we gonna do? We gotta get y'all in here.
Damn it, every day. That's the million course of life, chop where you stay. Tell a college ball, where the chop call. Get 20 grand, spend a grand at the bar. Just about his own. Chains on my feet, I'm on that Patron. So get like me, 69 cut, yeah. With the what you see. Deep in my trunk, bought it just for the free. Catch me in the hood, posted at the store. Trigger in my lap on the phone, count dough. If a girl choose, let her do a thing. Shit like a mama, night brain. Everybody love me, I'm so fly. Throw the deuces every time I ride by. I know you wonder why. I'm so cool. Don't ask me, just do what you do. Meet me in the trail, it's going down. Meet me in the mall, it's going down. Meet me in the club, it's going down. Anywhere you meet me, guaranteed to go down. Meet me in the trail, it's going down. Meet me in the mall, it's going down. Meet me in the club, it's going down. Anywhere you meet me, guaranteed to go down. Search number 2, do the damn thing. Keep on my neck, pocket full up in the frame. When I'm in the mall, you won't just call. I pop a few tags, see that on the wall. Try to flip the work, make the block pop. Boys in the hood, call the black on the trunk. Dope boy magic, 7 days a week. Number 1 record, longest nitty on the beat. Ooh, I think they like it, better yet I know. Lights, camera, action when I walk through the door. Know my crew, the certified star. Belly in the front, 35 cars. In the back, black in the coupe. Girls like the girls, time to the coupe. If you got a problem, say it to my face. We can knuckle up anytime, any place. Meet me in the trail, it's going down. Meet me in the mall, it's going down. Meet me in the club, it's going down. Anywhere you meet me, guaranteed to go down. Meet me in the trail, it's going down. Meet me in the mall, it's going down. Meet me in the club, it's going down. Anywhere you meet me, guaranteed to go down. Time to set it all, ladies. No, have you ever seen a Chevy with a butterfly door? I ride real slow, no need to speed. Gotta make sure you see the buttons on my feet. Heads on my trail, but they don't think I know. I keep my hands clean, cause I never touch dope. Every time I see them, look them in their eyes. Ask me how I know. It's me, surprise. Put it in the air, rep where you stay. Take a step back, blow the cushion, they fade. Sun is a habit, let them see the carrots. I'ma make it rain, but I ain't scared to share. Meet me in the trail, it's going down. Meet me in the mall, it's going down. Meet me in the club, it's going down. Anywhere you meet me, guaranteed to go down. Meet me in the trail, it's going down. Meet me in the mall, it's going down. Meet me in the club, it's going down. Anywhere you meet me, guaranteed to go down.
Young Job. Big strikes again. It's the Diddy beat. Playmaker.
Alright, it's gonna be a long night, and we'll be. Y'all got hot wings. Hot wings, baby. Do you have any?
Yeah, we got hot wings. Have some hot wings.
And surprise.
And surprise.
You want pepper? She like pepper.
And pickles.
You know,
Too cute to be working on. No. Hey, Jill. You got an old sugar dad. When you chicken, they tell him that. See, you can have whatever you like. You can have whatever you like. Yeah, stacks on me, Patron, no ice. And we can pop bottles all night, baby. You can have whatever you like. I said you can have whatever you like. Yeah, baby, I can treat you so special, so nice. Yeah, so gently, you can night, baby. You can go wherever you like. I said you can go wherever you like. Yeah. Anytime you want to pick up the telephone, you know it ain't nothing to drop a couple stacks on you. Want you to get it, not get $5 home profit, I swear. Yeah, I want your body, need your body. Long as you got me, you won't need nobody. You want it, I got it, go get it. I buy it, tell the mother broke joke, be quiet. Stacks on me, Patron on ice. We can pop bottles all night, baby. You can have whatever you like. I said you can have whatever you like. Yeah, baby, I treat you so special, so nice. Yeah, so legit for you tonight, baby. You can go wherever you like. I said you can go wherever you like. Yeah, show you the hottest, the way you drive it. So good, for you in the cottage. 100K deposit, vacations in the tropics. Everybody know it ain't tricky if you got it. You ain't never ever gotta go in your body. Long as I got rubber band back to my pocket. 5, 6, rocket, real better pocket. You ain't gotta downgrade, you can get what I get. My chick can she won't. Your lady don't for any bag she won't. I know you ain't never had a man like that. Buy anything you want to die like that. Yeah, I want your body, need your body. Long as you got me, you won't need nobody. You want it, I got it, go get it, I buy it. Tell the mother broke joke, be quiet. Stacks on me, Patron on ice. We can pop bottles all night, baby. You can have whatever you like. I said you can have whatever you like. Yeah, I treat you so special, so nice. Yeah, so legit for you tonight, baby. You can go wherever you like. I said you can go wherever you like. Yeah, don't big boy ride, big boy ice. Let me put this big boy in your life. You smell so fresh, you look so nice. Let me put this big boy in your life. That's right, I want your body, need your body. Long as you got me, won't need nobody. You want it, I got it, go get it, I buy it. Tell the mother broke joke, be quiet.
Hello? Hello? I need to kiss it out. Where you get that from?
What's wrong? You need me to do your hair again?
You gonna charge me this time? Hello? Hello?
See what else they got on here.
I paid off $50,000.
Anyways, so let's see. Let's see what else they got on this. Oh, this is like one of my favorite songs from back in the day. So I have to play this one.
I've been vaping.
That's an ad.
Smoking.
Speaking of
Only
vape.
one Juul pod contains as much nicotine as 20 cigarettes. 26.
Oh.
CBD oil, though, mind you. This is some straight Moon and Pisces, Sun in the 12th house type of shit you see right here. It's kind of funny, right? We just gotta vibe out to the song for a little bit, then we'll get into the message. So tired, so fine. Got me lifted, got me lifted. I'm lifted, shifted higher higher than the ceiling. Ooh, it's the ultimate feeling. Got me lifted, feeling so gifted. Sugar, how you get so high? I'm telling you, that's Uranus and Aries right now. Uranus and Aries wants you to feel lifted. Get so fly. Sugar, how you get so fly?
What we do, watching screens getting high, girl, you keep it so fly. With your sweet honey buns, you was there when the money gone. You be there when the money comes. All time I can't lie, I love to get blow. My little sugar, I'm in your true low. And every time we kick it, it's all to the booty. Treat you like my sticky icky on my sweet ooey gooey.
I'm lifted, shifted higher than the ceiling. Always the ultimate feeling. Got me lifted, feeling so gifted. Sugar, how you get so fly? Sugar, 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 sugar, how you get so fly?
I ain't worried about a thing, got to give me a lift. I got a fat sack and a super fly chicken. And I ain't nothing you can say to a player. Cause to walk, she fly like the planes in the air. That's right, she move wrong, setting the wrong tone. I'm digging the energy and I'm loving the old song. So fly like a bird, fly like a raven. Quick to the politics, so fly. Conversation in a natural voice. And I'm a natural dude. There'll be some natural fools blowing out by the cool. She like my sexy cool mama. Blaze on the Baraka, rockin' Doja Cat, hydro with the Guana.
Lifted, shifted higher than the ceiling. It's the ultimate feeling. Got me lifted, feeling so gifted. Sugar, how you get so fly? Sugar, 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 sugar, how you get so fly?
When we ride, we bang it brown high. When we do, watch your kids getting high. Girl, you keep it so fly. With your sweet honey buns, you was there when the money gone. You be there when the money come. Notice that when we ride, we bang it brown high. When what we do, watching screens getting high. Girl, you keep it so fly. With your sweet honey buns, you was there when the money gone. You be there when the money come. For real, though.
I'm lifted, shifted higher than the ceiling.
Oh, apparently my battery's running low. Let me hook this thing actually up.
Sugar, how you get so fly? Sugar, 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 sugar, how you get so fly?
So high like I'm a star. So high like I'm a star. So high like I'm a star. So high.
Alright guys, I'm gonna be rocking the sword for this one, and I will have music in the background, but let me set this up properly. Oh, I'm sorry, I have one more song I gotta play. I just gotta do it because it's in the automatic play up next. I'm like, I have to play this. So yeah.
Yeah. You know what? I like to play. No 50 deep, no doubt, no doubt. Play on, play it. Play on, play that. Yo, drink, drop the verse.
It's going down, fade to Black Street. The homies got at me, collab creations. Bump like agony, no doubt. I put it down, never slouch. As long as my credit could vouch, the dog couldn't catch me. Say out. Tell me who could stop with Dre making moves, attracting honeys like a magnet, giving them orgasms with my mellow accent. Still moving this flavor with the homies Black Street and Teddy, the original rough shakers.
Shut it down, good Lord. Baby got a woman all over town. Strictly because you don't play around. Cover much ground, got game by the now. Getting paid is a forte. Every day,
to play away. I can't get her out of my mind. Wow, I think about the girl all the time. Wow. East side to the west side, pushing fat rides, it's no surprise. She got tricks in the stash, stacking up the cash, fast when it comes to the gas. By no means average, it's on when she's got to have it. Baby, you're a perfect 10, I wanna get in. Can I get down so I can? I like the way you work it, no diggity. I gotta bag it up, bag it up. I like the way you work it, no diggity. I got to bag it up, bag it up. I like the way you work it, no diggity. I got to bag it up, bag it up. I like the way you work it, no diggity. I got to bag it up. She's got class and style. She's knowledge by the pound. Baby never act wild. Very low key on the profile. Catching feelings is a no. Let me tell you how it goes. Words to words, spins the verb. Lovers in curves, so free what you heard. With the fatness, you don't even know what the half is. You got to pay to play just for shorty bang bang to look your way. I like the way you work it, trump tight all day, every day. You're blowing my mind, maybe in time, maybe I can get you in my ride. I like the way you work it, no diggity. I got to bag it up, bag it up. I like the way you work it, no diggity. I got to bag it up, I like the way you work it, no diggity. I got to bag it up, bag it up. I like the way you work it, no diggity. I got to bag it up. Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo. Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo. Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo. My kind of girl. Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo.
That's my peach and we roll sheep, flying first class from New York City to Blackstreet. What you know about me? Now don't we up with those things? Cartier wooden frame sported by my shorty. As for me, icy gleaming pinky diamond ring. Release the madness, click up for this scene. Ain't you getting bored with these fake awards? I shows and proves, no doubt. I've been hitting so. Please excuse if I come across rude, that's just me. And that's how a player's got to be. Stay kicking game with a capital G. Ask the peoples on my block, I'm as real as can be. Word is born. Taking moves never been my thing. So Teddy, pass the word to yo again Chauncey. I'll be sending the call and say around 3:30. Queen Pim and Black Sheep.
No doubt, baby. I like the way you work it, no diggity. I got to bag it up, bag it up. I like the way you work it, no diggity. I got to bag it up. Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo. Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo. Black people production. Yow, yow, ride. Yow, yow.
Yo, I just had
This is our chance to
start
take back our
there goes the sword. I just had to start off this message with some good tunes. And I'm going to have some music in the background, of course. But I like starting off the live messages, the live channel messages with music, just because I'm a Pisces moon in the 4th house, so it really does like get me into the zone. Not only that, but I have a stellium in the 12th house. I have Sun, Mars, and Pluto there, as well as some major asteroids. I had like I have Athena in the 12th house. What else do I have in the 12th house? I have Atlantis in the 12th house. That's kind of interesting. Anyways, so what we're going to do, I'm just going to have some music in the background. Maybe I'll be able to hear it. I don't know. I don't know how loud it is. Hopefully not super loud. Hopefully you guys will be able to hear me over it. But I wanted to talk about Mars. And I wanted to talk about the ego. Because I need to talk about this stuff. All right, I really do. Like, I just gotta do it. Back on my bullshit here. Got some Crown Royal apple. How many astrology channels or self-help or proven channels do you go to and someone's drinking some Crown Royal? Hey, I'm real, man. I'm not gonna front, you know. I mean, I probably shouldn't drink alcohol. Like I said, I do have all the energy in the 12th house. I do have a Pisces moon, so it's one of the things that I deal with. But you know, I don't think I overdo it. I think I do it more than I probably should. But I'm also just kind of vibing and I'm in the moment. I figured, let me just get on here, have a couple shots of Crown Royal. At least I know myself. I know myself, and it's like, it's okay. You know? Could be bypassing right now. How are y'all doing? Let's talk about Mars. Let's talk about the ego, guys. I want to be smiling a lot in this video. A part of it's honestly Mars is like kind of wanting me to channel this for a bit. And part of this because Mars is pissed. But Mars is actually about to lay down some major blessings for people. And people don't want to think of Mars giving blessings. But Mars is about to lay down some serious major blessings. Like talking about like, if you thought that getting a purple heart was like a big deal. Like we're about to get like, some people are about to get like different colored hearts that we can't even perceive with our human like senses and shit. But ours is really about, because some of y'all have been putting in the work. Some of y'all have been some warriors. Everyone has that warrior energy in them. But some of y'all have seriously just like, you haven't denied yourself. Even those of you who are on the spiritual path and are awakening, there is this weird energy within the spiritual self-help community that's trying to destroy the ego, that's trying to kill the ego. And I'm like, we all have a first house. We all have Aries energy. Even if you have no major planets in Aries energy, if you don't have any planets in Aries, then you have the pure energy of that. You have the pure Aries energy in you. So, but there's this weird thing going around where they're trying, or the spiritual community is trying to paint the ego as like the bad guy. And there's no per se good or bad guy, although I'm going to be releasing a secret during this video about that. But it's weird. People are always trying to like kill the ego, kill your desires and stuff. And I'm a Scorpio, so I'm co-ruled by Mars, right? And I have Mars conjunct my sun and conjunct Pluto. So I'm very much so, I'm a very Martian kind of guy actually. But it's in the 12th house. So a lot of the battles I do, y'all don't see it. A lot of it's in the dream world, a lot of it's in the spirit realm. A lot of the battles and the wars that I go into are in the spirit realm. A lot of times I can just be like, I can just be dancing here to 3D, but in another realm I could be fighting off all kinds of crazy like shit. You know? Really, that's honestly the way I've learned how to fight. I've been learning how to fight by just walking into quote-unquote battlefields and just dancing, and then it's just like, it seems I feel like this pulse of energy, right? But, like I said, there is this weird thing going on in the spiritual community about killing the ego. The ego's bad. You don't want your ego. And I'm sitting here like, that's what I'm like, because it doesn't make sense to me. It does not make sense. A healthy ego is essential. It is very essential. It is very essential. I'm about to prove to you, just by writing this out, how essential a healthy ego is. A healthy ego is a fertilized egg, if you think about it. Now, let me grab something. Hopefully it appears the same way to you as it will to me. So, okay. So hopefully you guys are able to see this. So, oh, it's so freaking bright. Hold on. I'm gonna fix this. There you go. That'll work. I should be able to see this, right? Hold on, let's see. Okay. Hopefully, I don't know if it's going to reverse it from your angle or not, but I just wrote out the word ego, right? Look what happens. Look how close it is to the word egg. That's how close it is to the word egg. What do you think this part is, guys? What do you think that little tail is? That's a sperm fertilizing an egg. No matter what way you cut it, you can't kill your ego. When you were conceived, a sperm cell combined with an egg cell, that's exactly what that is right there, right? That's exactly what that is. An ego is nothing more than a fertilized egg. Now, you can give birth to many things. You can give birth to many actions. So it's like a healthy ego is definitely necessary. Now, people do give birth to things that harm a lot of people. But people are disproportionately pushing the blame onto the ego. And disproportionately pushing the blame subsequently on Aries. Why do you think Aries is the warrior? It's because everyone's trying to kill them. But you know what the funny thing about this is? You know what the funny thing about that is that despite the fact that everyone's trying to kill Aries, and Aries is constantly on the battlefield, that's why they're Mars, that's why they're the warrior, right? Guess what? Pisces, which rules the natural 12th house, is the house of spirituality as well, in many ways. Guess what the second house of Pisces is? The second house of self-worth, self-value. It's Aries. So guess what? Your spirit actually values your ego. Isn't that crazy? If you think about it, your spirit, source consciousness, Pisces is such a high vibration. Its second house is Aries. I just laugh when I think about it because people are sitting there trying to kill their ego. People who are so-called spiritual and stuff. And, you know, here's the thing. It's like, I'm not, a part of me is kind of, I mean, I don't want to rain on anyone's parade and stuff like that, although I know I'm doing that right now. And I'm not even really trying to call out people. I'm trying to really just call out the community in general, right? Just want to call it out in general. And I've been guilty of it too. But it's like, you can't kill your ego. You can transform your ego, and that's what we're here to do. We're here to transform our ego, but you can't kill it. So whenever I hear people talking about kill your ego, kill your desires, I'm like, bullshit. Wanting to become more spiritually aware is actually a desire. It's a desire. Why? Probably because there are certain facets that you're trying to, certain facets and wounds and pains that you're trying to escape, and you feel like by destroying this thing called desire that suddenly you won't feel pain anymore. Because it's like, think about it, say you had the desire to get a 100 on a math test and you got a 90. Oh, you experienced pain. So what if you just eliminated your desire altogether? But then imagine if you killed your desire altogether in this example, and you got a 90. It's like, oh, well, I got a 90. The next time you got an 80. Oh, I got an 80. Then you got a 70, and then a 60, then a 50, then a 40, and so on. And then you end up failing the class. And so healthy desire and healthy ego is essential because it's actually the driving force that causes us to act, that causes us to do things. Why do you think Aries is cardinal fire? Why do you think it's the first sign of the zodiac? And y'all trying to kill Aries? Don't you know Mars is pissed off? Mars is pissed. And the funny thing is that Mars is really about to get a boost because it's about to conjunct Uranus. And this is going to be the last time that Mars conjuncts Uranus and Aries for what, like 70 to 80 plus years, because Uranus is about to come into Taurus. I don't think I'm going to be really long in this video. I just really wanted to talk about this because I feel like it's kind of ridiculous like people try to kill the ego. What happens a lot of times when people try to kill their ego is that they kill off a manifestation before it's even born. It kind of sucks, you know? And, you know, we can do that. Sometimes we can kill off certain actions, we can kill off certain parts of our path because we feel like we're not supposed to desire something. Now, like I said, there's healthy desires and unhealthy desires. Like, there are people who own companies and they desire to make more money, and the only way to make more money or to maximize profits is by dumping waste into the ocean. That's fucked up because now you're hurting the planet. And yet Mother Gaia still provides for us. I'm surprised Mother Gaia hasn't. Considering my energy, and here's the great thing about it. This is why I love. This is part of one of the things I love with the human experience is that it really does humble you because we are all gods and goddesses. But I'm sitting here like thinking, I'm like, dude, I would have wiped away some fucking people. With all my water energy, I have a Scorpio Sun and a Scorpio Mars, and of course, you know, Pluto in Scorpio in the 12th house. I would have definitely floated some people. And it's even that energy where it's like I really feel like I have to learn compassion. And I feel like it's the lack of compassion that is the biggest issue to spiritual development. The lack of compassion for other people, the lack of compassion for ourselves, the lack of compassion for this planet. That's what I feel is the main issue. It's not the ego. The ego is not the enemy of spirituality. It's lack of compassion. It's lack of compassion. Everybody wants to be, and like all signs have a light and a dark side, right? Everyone is shitting on the dark side of Aries. Here's the thing about the dark side of Aries that no one's really going to tell you about, okay? Since it's the first sign of the zodiac, it's a very naive energy, but it's a very necessary energy. It's a very youthful energy. So the dark side of Aries is not really that big of a deal. Like, I'm not gonna say it's not a big deal, but it's like, it's not like the dark side of like Pisces, or the dark side of even Scorpio, or the dark side of Capricorn. No, this is the dark side of Aries. The dark side of Aries is like stealing money from your mom's purse when you're like 5 years old because you want like a lollipop. The dark side of Aries is like, and I mean, it can be bad. And like, you can like, it's warrior energy. So yeah, you could go into a town and like murder everyone like that. And that's in many ways can be the dark side of Aries. But since Aries does rule individuality and the persona, that dark side is more like a Capricorn energy. Dark side of Capricorn, and Mars is exalted there, right? So the dark side of Capricorn is more like, say, like the My Lai massacre, where like during the Vietnam War, where they just raided like some villages and just killed everybody. That's more the dark side of Capricorn, not really the dark side of Aries. Not really. Everybody is attacking this Aries energy. Everyone is trying to kill the warrior in them. And take it from someone who has a lot of 12th house / Pisces energy. I live in the world of fairies and unicorns and dragons and magical shit, okay? I live in that world, right? I come from that world, right? And a part of me does really want there to be kumbaya on the beach with drum circles and fire tiki torches and all that fun, cool stuff. There's a place and time for that. But there's also a place and time to fucking take your fucking sword and fucking be you unapologetically. And if you have to slash and dash some people, then you have to fucking do that. But now people just want to be. I mean, don't get me wrong. I want peace. I want harmony. This is funny because the moon's in Libra right now, and I'm doing this message, and it's really funny because you would think I'll be talking about peace, harmony, kumbaya, but no, I'm like really channeling. Like sometimes you just gotta be like for real. But people are wanting to kill that aspect. But it's that actually creates the spark. Why do you think Aries is the beginning of spring? You spring into action. You spring into livelihood. You spring into it. Why do you think kids are so jumpy and bouncing off the wall? They have so much energy. And we're trying to kill that. Why do you think, I mean, that's not the reason why the internet was created. But you can kind of see that internet promotes creativity, but it's simultaneously killing creativity. It's simultaneously killing the fire and drive of our youth. And it's really fucked up. Thankfully, Mars is going to conjunct Uranus and Aries soon. And like I said, this is going to be the last time that Mars conjuncts Uranus and Aries for, what, 70 to 80 years. So the last time in most of our lifetimes. Unless we happen to live to like past our hundreds. Which we may very well do that, you know. Who knows how technology is going to go, and who knows where medicine and all that stuff's going to go. Who knows? But we're not going to see this again. The second house of Pisces, the house of self-worth and self-value, what you value, what you manifest, is Aries. People are trying to kill their money source. It's sad. I have a 5th house Aries. So, and you know, Scorpio and Aries energy, they king come to each other, but I've been surrounded by Aries pretty much my whole life. And they definitely teach me a great lesson in, you know, passion and drive. The drive of an Aries, like, oh my goodness, like, why do you think Mars is exalted in Capricorn? If you take an Aries that has mad drive, like crazy intense drive to get what they want done, oh my gosh, ain't nothing gonna get in the way. Have you ever watched one of those nature documentaries and watched two male rams butting and like battling it out, and you heard that clank, that pop? You know what that pop is? That is explosion. That is quantum. That is a spark. Pow! 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 People are trying to kill their pow. I'm hearing like, you know, like old comic books where it's like pow! Wham! People are trying to kill that right now. People are trying to kill their pow. People are trying to kill their wham because they painted the ego as this demon, as this bad thing that we have to get rid of. It's the lack of compassion. It's the dark side of Cancer that's actually fucking up this world right now the most. Fortunately, we have the North Node in Cancer coming around to heal a bunch of that. The North Node in Cancer right now is healing a lot of ancestral wounds. A lot of ancestral wounds and perceived curses. That's what it's doing right now. Once it gets into 1 to 10 degrees, I can say 1 to 15 degrees, but definitely 1 to 10 degrees of Cancer, like that first decan, that's when we're really going to start to notice the healing on a personal level. But right now, it's healing a lot of the world pain and a lot of the ancestral pain. That's why right now there's so much stress and pressure because all this energy is in the opposite sign of Capricorn. Saturn's there, Pluto's there, destroying shit. Saturn's there, rebuilding shit that Pluto just destroyed, you know? And then the South Node's there, kind of revealing why things are being blown to smithereens in the first place. We have Mars in Aries, about to conjunct Uranus. You're not going to see this again. Mars is also trying Jupiter today. So it's like, it's almost like Mars just went into battle and just kicked ass, and then it came back to the temple of the gods And Jupiter is just like decking Mars out in metals and stuff, just decking Mars out right now. And if you really utilize this energy to your benefit, to the benefit of the world, we can actually affect massive change. I'm thinking of a torch. And it's interesting how there is this weird there's this weird fear of confrontation that's being circulated in the spiritual community as well, that I've noticed. And by that I mean that there is this whole empath movement, and I'm an empath, but there's this whole empath movement where people are just like, they're removing themselves from uncomfortable situations because obviously the vibe is off. But instead of alchemizing the situation, they're allowing that situation to dictate who they are. And you've got to understand, to affect real massive change, you have to be secure within yourself. And then you can actually go into a room that you are completely uncomfortable in and be a beacon of light. But that's a really uncomfortable thing to do. And it's a very Martian thing to do as well. It's very Martian to do that. Now, it's like you can go into a room with a lot of people and everybody in that room disagrees with you. And perceivably, it can seem like it's a dark room, right? But you can be that torch. You can be that awareness. And you can be so confident in who you are that you don't allow their negativity to bring you down. But what happens? A lot of people in the spiritual community allow that negativity to bring them down. And it's going to happen sometimes. But they demonize it too. And that's the issue. They demonize ignorance. And you can't do that. There's this whole demonizing of ignorance. And like I said, I'm going to play Uranus advocate. I'm going to play Aquarius advocate because it's Aquarius season, not Devil's advocate. But whether you believe in a devil or not, what that? Just a trickster, really. But and obviously a very important part of all of us, whether we want to believe it or not. The devil wants some love too. Maybe that's why there's so many issues in the world. It's because we don't want to give love to that aspect of ourselves. And devil backwards is lived. So, but Aquarius, playing Aquarius advocate, Uranus is an Aries, revolutionizing the persona, revolutionizing the ego. And Mars spots a conjunct it for the last time in 70 plus years. The people that really go far are going to be the people that embrace their ego and embrace their individuality and embrace that spark, that first house spark, that Aries spark. Those people are actually going to go really far because they know themselves. They know themselves. Mars is pissed off, man. Mars is pissed. And he has to be patient as fuck too, because he's squaring all this Capricorn energy. He's about to square Pluto. He's about to square the South Node. The thing is, Mars had to square before getting to Uranus. Mars has to square Saturn, which already happened. He has to square Pluto, and he has to square the South Node before he gets to Uranus. So and the funny thing is that since he also trined Jupiter, it's almost like he got his awards and he got decked out of medals before he even finished the battle. That's the weird thing about it, right? And it's almost sort of like a bittersweet moment for Mars, because it's like Mars wants to celebrate and expand, but he's like, damn, I gotta square Pluto next and the South Node before I get to Uranus. Why do you think Aries and Aries and Aquarius energy sextile each other? Why do you think Aries is the third house of Aquarius? It's interesting. I'm about to give you a law of attraction, manifestation secret. In many ways, Aquarius does rule the law of attraction because it does speak to thoughts, and since it's fixed air, it's, you know, you hear the whole thing about thoughts becoming things. Here's how thoughts actually become things. With Aries being the third house of Aquarius, and the third house is talking about communication in the mind. This is actually talking about the actions and how actions are communications as well. How, like, I picked up this mouse and I put it down. That's a communication. I just communicated something, right? So with Aries being the third house of Aquarius, and the third house is the mind and communication, it's really speaking to how your actions communicate what you want or your intentions. And then the fourth house of Aquarius is Taurus, and Taurus is fixed earth. You come right back around through the modalities, you come back to that fixed energy, and it's earth, and you actually materialize it. Fourth house, which speaks to of course, it's your home, your family, your foundation. It's the mother as well. But it actually even speaks to how it's not just your actions and your thoughts that become things, but it's your emotions. So there's that whole step. It's like, if you really want to manifest something, not only do you just have to almost sort of have like just like this faith that it's going to happen, because the second house of Aquarius is Pisces. So you almost have to just put a value in just trusting in the universe and having faith. Then you have to communicate to yourself and to the universe by taking actions to actually manifest it. And then once you get to the fourth house of Taurus, you also have to feel driven to do it. You have to feel driven to manifest. You have to feel driven to actually bring it into fruition. And then you do. We need all 12 houses. We need all 12 houses. We all have 12 houses. And we all have Mars energy. And we all have Aries energy. We all have first house energy. Can't kill the ego. You can transform it. And best believe it's being transformed right now. That's why Pluto's squaring all of it. It's being transformed in a great, beautiful, powerful way. I just drew the Hanged Man. And I also had the Magician. Look at that. I drew the Hangman and the Magician. Just like that. You have the power to manifest anything. And if you want to manifest it, don't kill your ego, because you're going to be missing a very, very important step. You're going to be missing a very, very important step. This is even why I have problems with the law of attraction. I was exposed to this secret when I was in middle school, like the movie The Secret. I was exposed to it. I'm 27 now. So I was exposed to it when I was like in 7th or 8th grade. So I've known about it. I've been aware of it for a while. And there have been moments where I'm like, I fucking hate the law of attraction. I fucking hate this law. Because I'm sitting here like, I've known about it. How come I haven't attracted a lot of the things that I want? It's because I've been missing that very important step. And a lot of people have been missing that very, very important step. I'm telling you, man, this is a flex your warrior status. You gotta flex your warrior status. Flex your first house. Flex your Mars right now. Flex it. You gotta flex that energy. That's the only way you're gonna make it, man. It's the only way you're gonna make it. You need all of them. You need all 12 houses. You need all 12 energies. Right? Flex it, man. Flex it, my brothers and sisters. That's what you gotta do. Let's look at the live chat and see what's going on. Yep, I was talking about this to a coworker today. Hey guys, sometimes things have to be handled with the love of yourself. Exactly. Aries definitely love themselves. I have a coworker. She's an Aries. I'm pretty sure she's Aries ascendant as well. But oh my gosh, she Aries to the max. Like she really is. But I'm like inspired by her at the same time, because I'm sitting here like, I'm a Scorpio, so it's like I'm a warrior, but I hide it. because I know how intense it is, and I'm afraid I'm gonna scare people with how intense I am, so I hold it in. Not only that, but my Chinese zodiac, I'm the sheep, so I appear docile, but I'm the metal sheep. I'm the metal sheep. And in order to, have metal, it has to go through a heating process, right? So it's like I hold things in already because I'm a Scorpio, right? And then I even had like this calm, peaceful, I want everyone to be friends nature, but then it's metal. So it's like I put on so much fucking armor because armor for myself and armor for other people because I don't necessarily want other people to see just how intense I can be. And then I hold it back from like myself because I don't want to hurt people and I don't want to hurt other people. Like I don't want to hurt myself either. But it's also about embracing who you are. And Aries energy definitely knows how to embrace who they are. And like I said, they can be naive. It's a naive energy. It's a very youthful energy. It's rough around the edges. It's rash. It's impulse. But I gotta tell you, if you think back to a lot of your impulsive decisions, some of the most important decisions you have made in your life have been off of pure impulse. Be the infinity. I'm a dragon. That is freaking dope. You're a dragon? That's amazing. That is amazing. Yeah, I'm a sheep. Although I do believe that dragons sponsor the Sagittarius vibration, and I'm in a progressed sun in Sagittarius, so I'm a dragon as well. I actually am a dragon though. I actually do have I have a very powerful dragon spirit that's within me. And I've been aware of it since I was young. So, but that's so freaking cool. Yo, what's up, Gladiator and Sweats? What's going on? Much love to everyone here. That's awesome. But yeah, we're just talking about flexing your warrior status and how Mars is like pissed off, but Mars is pissed because it's like I'm getting rewarded for my efforts, but I'm not even done with the battle yet, Because it's like once Mars comes into Taurus, that's kind of like Mars going into Taurus is kind of like when Mars is returning back to the kingdom. It's almost like Mars kind of like I think Mars trying Jupiter was almost um like the warrior had like a dream and then like he went up to like the heavens and Jupiter like told him how he was going to win the battle and then like he woke up and he was like fuck, that was a dream, damn it. And like now he has to go and square Pluto and then square the south node and face his karma and stuff and face the karma with the north node in Cancer. So by the time that Mars comes into Taurus, he's gonna like he or she's gonna be like coming home to like the kingdom or queendom, and then that's when he's gonna get like the medals and all that stuff like that in the physical. But it's gonna be like the king and queen is gonna ask him like, yo, how'd you do it? And Mars like, I had a vision. Like I saw my victory before it even happened. Like I felt my victory before it even happened. And that's how you kind of that's the kind of energy that you really want to go into this year with. Is that you already are victorious. It doesn't matter where you are in your life, what you have manifested. Doesn't matter. Just really just alter your perceptions because you are exactly where you need to be. Everything is going well. You are fine. You are beautiful. You are here. But you are already victorious. So it's like visualize and know that your victory before like this is a year of knowing your victory. Like you have already won. Like see your victory before it happens physically. You gotta feel that shit spiritually. You have to feel that shit. You have to feel that shift spiritually. You really do. I'm telling you. Like, and so many people, like I said, they're trying to kill that part of themselves. They're trying to kill the ego, and you can't. You need that bad boy. You need her. You need him. You can't kill the ego. Just eating with my daughter and chilling. That sounds like a really beautiful time. I don't have any kids. I just have a cat. But we definitely will have kids one day, I'm sure. I'm not gonna lie, I'm scared. I'm definitely scared of that. I'm scared of having kids. I'm scared of getting married. I'm getting married this year, and we already are married spiritually, but I am kind of scared of that. I have a little bit of anxiety about that. I'm not gonna lie. I probably will talk a little bit more about that sort of stuff, but fur babies, yeah, he's my fur baby. He's sitting right here right now. I have like this little it's supposed to be like a thing where I put like my papers and stuff like that, but he's like curled up in a ball on top of it. It's so cute. It was a platonic thing. I was scared too. Yeah, I have my Juno in Capricorn at 29 degrees. It's almost 0 degrees of Aquarius, and it's in my second house. So it's like, for me, I definitely focus a lot on status. But I also, it's like, I'm realizing that, you know, I'm a work in progress. She's a work in progress. And honestly, like I said, we are already victorious. So it's like, I have to really alter my perception on that. And really, as far as all the relationships that I've had, she's challenged me the most. That's for damn sure. But I learned so much about myself, and I've also been forced to really give myself the love that I needed by being with her. It's kind of weird because a lot of people are like, you know, in order to really be in a, I'm kind of switching the subject, but in order to be like in a committed relationship and like be with someone, it's like you have to really know yourself before. You have to love yourself before, and you have to feel complete. Like nobody can fill your cup but you. And that is true. But I also do feel like there's a lot of people within the spiritual community that fuck themselves out of relationships because they're still trying to find themselves. And I'm like, there's only so you're gonna, if we're constantly evolving, like there are some people that'll never be in a relationship because they're constantly finding themselves. You know what I mean? Like it's a continual thing. So yeah, some people aren't really ready for the relationships because they're still discovering more who they are. But I've discovered so much of who I am just by being in this relationship, you know. And I'm sure I would discover a lot about myself if I wasn't in a relationship. But it's like, you know, I love her. That's really what it comes down to. That's really what it comes down to and stuff. And yeah, I wouldn't say that I am complete or whatever like that, but I am complete. I am complete. I am the combination of all the actions that I've taken to this moment, in this life and past lives. So relationships are the divine gardens that reap wisdom. Facts. Facts. They definitely are. They definitely are. And here's the cool thing about relationships. You know, a lot of times people talk to, I mean, Venus does rule relationships in many ways, although I would say that the asteroid Juno rules committed partnerships and marriages. Venus can be kind of infatuations that, of course, lead to marriages and all that sort of stuff. But Venus is in Sagittarius, and here's the cool thing about Venus in Sag, is that it's actually one of the highest expressions of love, because whereas Venus in Aries, Venus doesn't like to be in Aries. So Venus in Aries is one night stands, and they can turn into something. Venus in Leo is a flashy, show-offy kind of love. Not that it's bad. You guys can have the same passions and everything like that. But Venus in Leo is very much so, we need to look good together in the public eye, whatever like that. Venus in Sag doesn't give a shit. Venus in Sag is, we don't care if we are in our pajamas, out and about. We don't have to be dressed up and nice. We can be in just regular clothing. We can be in freaking giant, like massive 3-4 times size hoodies and freaking sweatpants, and like the love is just so pure and divine. That's Venus and Sag. And here's the cool thing that I noticed. This is what pretty much sealed it for me in my relationship, and how I knew it was definitely orchestrated. Me and my fiance, when we made our relationship official, Venus was in Sagittarius at 22 degrees, right? When we made it official. In our composite chart, Venus is at 22 degrees of Sagittarius. When I saw that, I was like, what? Are you kidding me? How does that happen? It's so divinely orchestrated. So that's the cool thing about Venus and Sag is because like Venus and Leo will almost leave your ass if you're not like flashy enough. And I don't want to really say it like I don't know if flashy is really the word, but it's like if you're not like, you know, kind of like that, I guess. But Venus and Sag is like almost like willing to work with you a little bit more. You know what I mean? Venus and Sag, it's like, yeah, it's because you got to think about Sagittarius also, at least here in the northern hemisphere, it's in the time of winter. So Venus and Sag also represents what happens in relationships when it gets cold. Are you able to come together and gather that warmth? Are you able to come together and harness and germinate that warmth to sustain you through that cold winter? Because winters come in relationships. I'm kind of going off on another message here, but it's okay. We're just in the moment. But it's like, you know, you come together. Are you able to create that warmth? Are you able to create that bond? Are you able to keep that fire going and sustain you through the months of winter so it comes back around to spring? That's what Venus and Sag is. And Venus and Sagittarius right now is teaching a lot about relationships. So much about relationships. Because yeah, it can be cool, like, you know, when you first meet someone, it's Venus and Aries. Boom, you spring onto it, and then, you know, you go through like those first, like you learn about kind of you know, their values, whatever like that. You buy each other gifts, all that stuff. It's Gemini, you're talking about things all the time. Cancer, you feel good. Leo, it's like, oh my gosh, this is such a honeymoon phase. And then Virgo hits, and it's like, oh shit, reality starts to set in. And then Libra comes, and you're like, okay, all right, no, it's cool. We can balance these things out. We can compromise. It's kind of like right after the honeymoon phase, but it's kind of like, okay, yeah, I'll keep them around. And Scorpio hits, and you have like your first major fight, and it's like explosions, just so deep. You're like, oh my gosh, this person is crazy. But then it's like, oh, I'm crazy too. That's what happens if you're really about it, because Mars does co-rule Scorpio. So if you're really about it, and you get into those heated arguments, you realize, oh shit, I'm crazy too. But then Venus and Sag comes around and teaches you how to keep and manifest and really harness that warmth to sustain you through those cold times in your relationships. But yeah, I was just channeling right there. But yeah, hello, I'm the crazy one. Yeah, well, you have Pluto in the first house, right, Gladiator? I mean, that would be intense. I'm pretty sure you have Pluto in the first house. That's what we talked about. But yeah, that's okay. I know I'm the crazy one in our relationship. I mean, she's crazy just by virtue of being an Aquarius, so she's like sponsored by crazy energy. But I know I'm crazy as shit. I'm low key crazy. Yeah. Oh, Be the Infinity. I'm gonna have you on a talk. I have to get with you. I'm gonna message you so I can get you on this channel, because I see you've been posting on Instagram and stuff. If you want, it'd be kind of cool if I got you on here and we can do a live talk together. Because I like doing the talks just because it's I learned so much just through conversations with people, and you just bouncing information off each other, and it's just such a really cool thing. I love that. In one major fight, I stopped talking for 3 days. Yeah, Aquarian crazy energy is different. Yeah, Aquarian crazy is a different kind of crazy. I thought I was crazy. And like I said, I have all this 12th house Scorpio energy. Aquarius energy is crazy, and her Aquarius energy is in her 9th house. So it's like she really does believe she's right. And the weird thing is that she's right a lot of the time. Like a lot of the time. There are times where she's right, and I don't even know. She doesn't even know how she got right. I'm just like, fuck. How did you do that? That would be fun. Awesome, Be the Infinity. We have to do that then. We'll have to come up with that. But yeah, it was funny. I ended up talking about Mars. He talks about Venus. Venus and I probably should make a Venus and Sag video. I think that'd be fun. I have a lot of fun videos that I really want to make and stuff. But I just figured I'd come on here, chill with you all. You know, sip on some Crown Royal. I have my CBD vape here. Some people will probably be like, some people would probably be like, I don't know. Some people might talk shit about that sort of stuff. It's like, how are you gonna be spiritual and all that stuff and drink alcohol and blah blah blah? I'm like, I don't care. I'm on my bullshit right now. like I said, I have 12th house energy. I'm Pisces, moon, the 4th house. In many ways, this is how I like comfort myself. This is how I get like just in my zone and in my energy. I don't go like crazy with it, but I know I have a propensity to have an addictive personality. But you know, I've conquered it multiple times though, so it's not like I know I can't conquer it. So like when I went to Colorado and I pretty much got addicted to weed psychologically, and I came back. It's not that I couldn't get it, but I didn't smoke for like a year. So, and it really wasn't a big issue. But yeah. But for me, I know if I'm honest with myself, I have to replace it with like exercise and meditation. But one of my main things is dancing. Dancing is huge for me. Dancing is really big for me. In fact, one of my goals, I wanted to do it last year, but I didn't. So maybe I can do it this year. But I want to organize an event where a lot of people just get together and we just dance our asses off. And I guess not necessarily like a concert, but we can just have like a bunch of like good music. But I really want to organize this thing where we just all dance our butts off and just like really raise the vibration of wherever we are and just have that like radiate out. Because like dance is such a huge thing for me. It really is. But yeah. Got my sword here. I got my wand over there too. But yeah. Definitely vibing. I hope y'all are enjoying the moment and enjoying 2019 so far. And just know that you're okay. Everything's going well. And, you know, you're a part of this human experience, you know. There are ups and downs. There are trials. There are victories. There's everything. And like I remember my dad talking about a Twilight Zone episode. He loves the Twilight Zone, but it was essentially this guy that like was playing. He would gamble a lot, and then like he couldn't lose. Like he couldn't lose at gambling, and it turns out that I think he was like dead and he went to hell. But his form of hell was winning all the time. Like, he couldn't lose. He got all the women. He got all the money. He couldn't lose. But that was his form of hell. And he was like, fuck, I just want to lose, man. I just want to lose. And sometimes you got to get your ass kicked. Sometimes you got to get your ass kicked. Otherwise, you won't know what you're capable of. You know, there is no warrior that has won every single one of their battles. Every warrior has some scars. Every warrior has some scars. I think that's one thing, major thing that we're learning right now, because Chiron, which in many ways rules stars, did go into Aries last year, but retrograded back into Pisces. So it's like we're trying to figure out why we have these scars. You know, we're asking God and Goddess, source perspective, why do I have these scars? You know, I think what's coming down to is that it's not really about the why we have these scars. I think we know why we have the scars. It's whether or not we allow them to define who we are. And we allow them to define our purpose and why we're here. So I think really what we're doing right now is we're making peace with these scars. And we're alchemizing them. And as my good friend Christina would say, we're turning them into golden tattoos. So, anyways, I think that's gonna be it for this message. I'm gonna roll out and chill, finish off this Crown Royal, and maybe play some video games. I really enjoyed this. This was fun. This was really fun. I wish I was in a legal state so I could have a blunt or a joint. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm being very authentic with you guys. Oh my gosh, I miss my bong. I had like this beautiful ass bong, guys, when I was in Colorado. It was like that big. I don't know if you can even see, like, I don't know, but it was big. It was nice. It had a dragon on it actually too, which is kind of funny. I missed that thing so much. I got so ripped up. But everything happens in cycles and stuff like that. It's okay. It's all good. So hopefully it's serving somebody. But yeah, I had to leave it behind because I didn't have any space for it. And there was, what am I going to do with a giant bong like that? And yeah, so. But in any event, I love you all. Hopefully you all got some type of value out of this. And who knows? I may go live tomorrow night. I may go live Sunday night. I'm not really sure what's going to happen. But I will be doing a weekly this upcoming week. This past week was a little weird just because, you know, we were dog sitting the first half of the week because when I had my days off, so it was a little weird for me. But welcome to Aquarius season, right? Aquarius season has definitely been very weird so far, and we haven't even scratched the surface of it. It's kind of funny. It's almost like if you think about Aquarius season as, you know, aliens and being like, you know, pretty much abducted off the top of the mountain. We haven't even left like the atmosphere yet. We're just like kind of hanging out in the clouds. We haven't even like left it. We haven't even like left like Earth yet. We're like still within like the stratosphere and ionosphere or whatever, all those spheres, whatever. But we're still like, yeah. We're still very much still within the influence of Earth, but we're about to be way out there. Oh my gosh, this year is about to be so lit. I'm excited. I'm really excited, and certainly excited to be sharing in this experience with you all. But anyways, for like the 5th time, I don't know how many times I've said it already, but we're going to be getting out of this video. I love you all. Hope you got some type of value out of this. Utilize your ego, alchemize it, transform it because you definitely do need it. And flex your motherfucking warrior status. I love you all so much. Y'all take care. Peace out. And as always, my beautiful brothers and sisters, always remember to keep moving forward, to stay focused, and Yahoo! Smile